Okay guys, in this video, let me quickly explain you how to write a code to insert and delete an element in an array. And I have already explained the algorithm in the previous video itself. And if you don't watch the previous video, make sure you watch that and come here again. Okay. So first of all, let me declare an array, say int a of, okay, int a of, or let me declare it as a global variable. Okay, what do you mean by global variable? Because if I declare it as a global variable, then any function can access it, right? Because I'm not gonna use only this main function. Okay, to insert and delete an element, I'm gonna write separate functions. I hope you know about functions. Okay, so let me declare a variable here. Okay, I'll say int a of size, say 100. Okay, so which means not only my main function could access it, all the other function, if I declare something, that also can access this particular array. That's why it is mean by global element, global array. Okay, it's global, it's not local to main alone. If I declare something like this here, it means that only main function will be able to access this array, but if I declare something outside, it can be accessed by the whole program, because I'm going to use some other functions to insert and delete an element. Fine. So here, okay, so I've declared an array. Okay, so no need to declare it again, you can use that here. Let me declare a counter. Okay, so let me do that also as a global variable, because in my functions too I'll be using that counter. Okay. And you have to include the size of the array, right? So I'll say printf enter the size of the array. Okay, let's get it from the user, because he only knows what is the size that he wants to enter. Okay, so percentage d and n. So n is not declared again, don't declare it inside main. Okay, declare it as a global variable, so that other functions can access it, the size of the array. Otherwise, if you declare it inside, the point here is you have to pass that value to all the functions. Okay, you have to, irrespective of how many functions that you are using, you have to pass that value to all the functions. So I'm not doing that, I'm declaring it as a global variable so that any function can access it. Fine. So now let me ask the user to enter the array element. So let me have an array, let me get the array. After that, I'll perform my insertion and deletion. Enter the array elements. Fine. So here you know that I have to use a for loop, so let me use a for loop. So up to n, I should iterate and it should scan all the values from the user. Fine. So percentage of a of I, so it will now scan all the values from the user. Fine. Super. Then after that, after getting all the array elements, so the now you are going to perform insert and delete operation. Okay, so here let me say printf enter an element to be inserted. Okay, enter an element to be inserted. Let's say okay, so you have to get that particular element. Let's declare it as le. Okay, element, that also has a global variable, because some other function is going to access that. So let me get the value here of le. So element enter the position. Okay, so in which position you want to enter this le. Okay, in which position you want to insert that particular element, so enter the position also. Understand that your index will be one less than this position. Okay, your index will be one less than this position. Fine. So scan of percentage d, and I'll declare the variable as pos. Okay, position. Okay, so let me declare it as pos. Fine. So now let me write a function here to insert an element. So I'll say void insert. Okay, I hope it's recording. Yes, void insert. Here I have to pass nothing, because I have already declared all my parameters as array, counter, size, element, position, all as global variables, right? So my insert function will be able to access that. Okay, so there is no need for me to declare pass any parameter. So that's awesome, right? So you can directly you declare a function without any parameters, since this function will be able to access all the parameters that we got, because all are global variables, right? Okay, void insert. So what did I tell you? you have to perform shifting. Okay, so you have to leave that position alone and you have to perform shifting in that particular position. Okay, so say for an example, you have let me take paint. Okay, hold on. So you have like this. So I think it's up. Okay, here I'll have. Okay. So yeah, this is my array. Say I want to enter something here. Okay, then what I have to do, I have to shift the element here and I have to shift the element here. So I have to leave this as empty so that I can enter my new element. Okay, that's the concept here. I have to leave that particular space as empty by shifting the previous element to the next position. Consequently, I have to shift all the elements so that I can leave this space as empty and I can enter my new element. So I have to do my shifting now. Okay, so always shift from the reverse direction. So let me go for I equals to n. Iterate the loop in the descending order in the reverse direction. I equals to n, I equals to uh, I goes between left pause position, it goes up to position, then I decreased. Okay, so let me explain this in a while. Hold on, let me explain this, and let let us shift the array elements. So I of I should be a of I minus 1. Okay, so this is my shifting process. Fine. Then after that, what I have to do, I have to after shifting the elements, my position will be now clear. So I'll not be having anything in my position. So I have to go to that index. I told it is position minus 1, and I have to insert my LE. Okay, that's how insertion works. Okay, let me explain it quickly what I have done here. Okay, so say I'm starting from I equals to n, which means that if I have 5 elements, I'm just navigating to the last value. Okay, last value of the element. Okay, starting from I equals to n, and I'm going up to the position where I want to enter the element. See here, position where the user wants to enter the element, I'm going up to that. Fine. After that, I'm decrement the value. So I'm starting from the last index, I'm going up to the value position where the user wants to enter the value, I'm decrementing the loop. So if I do that, what I'm doing here is I'm just I'm just shifting the last element to the next position. That's it. Say a of I minus 1 is my last element. Do you agree? Because I equals to n. Say if n equals to 5, the index of the last element will be 4. Do you agree? Because if n equals to 5, you know the index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So the index of the last element is 4. If your n equals to 5, the index of the last element is 4. That's perfectly fine. So here I denotes the index of the last element. Now we are saying that I equals to 5 because n is 5. If I assume I equals to 5, then here 5 minus 1, 5 minus 1 is 4, that denotes your last element. Understand that? I equals to 5, but the index of the last element is actually 4. So here 5 minus 1 is 4 and a of 4 denotes your last element if n equals to 5. The last element is moved to a of 5. Okay, understand here I equals to 5. So here I minus 1 means a of 4. So the point here is a of 5. Wait a minute, a of 5 equals to a of 4. That's it. Okay, because a of 4 is your last element, it is moved to the next position. That's it. Okay, the size will be increased by 1. Okay, it's moved to the next position. In the next iteration, it will be a of 4, a of 3 will be assigned to a of 3. Likewise, it is getting shifted. Okay, so that's the main idea here. You are trying to insert an element to the position where it exceeds the size. Okay, the size is actually 5, so the index, the last element here, it is 4, so that is getting shifted to the next last. Okay, the next position, that is a of 5. Likewise, you have to shift in the decrementing order, so you have to shift all the elements. Okay, so when it comes to your position where you say I want to enter the element in a of 2, okay, so the loop will start will stop at this position. Okay, will stop at this iteration. Let's say I just want to enter the element in the position 2, then the loop will stop here, so that you can enter the element in the position 2. Okay, and let me do one thing. I'll say position equals to position minus 1 here itself. Why I'm doing that? Because you know that if I want to enter something in the second element, then the index is gonna be 1, right? Because second position means the index is 1, second position means the index is 1. So let me do that here. So taking the position 2 minus 1 is 1, so the position variable will now have the index value alone. So this is the index value, this will work fine. Okay, so after that I'm freeing the space. After that I can manually insert my element. So the idea here is shifting the elements and insert one element. Okay, uh, okay, so let me have element here. So basically shifting this element to here, this to here, and this to here, this to here, and this to here. Say this is my position, so now you will have empty space. You will enter your element manually. Okay, you enter your element manually. This particular assignment is called a of I equals to a of I minus 1. Okay, so whatever you have in a of I minus 1, that should be moved to a of I. Whatever you have in a of I minus 1, that should be moved to a of I. Okay, because I value gets decremented, so this will work perfectly. Okay,